going down like I just got it out of and lost and found. Trying to test it, germ infested, stained by food, partially digested. Nobody can say what you find between the dirty couch gushers that have never been cleaned. Missing keys or American cheese, trapped to sit where the kiss will conceive. Pleasure to meet ya, we're happy to see ya in the Dusty Futon.
Very
John's
enthusiastic.
Not what you would call an audio technician.
You know, the sad part is I am an audio technician.
John's not what you would call an audio technician.
I'm not a good audio technician.
Good audio.
I am one, but I'm just not a good. By the way, welcome to the Dusty Futon.
Hey, how we doing?
What's up, bud?
I'm sitting here with guys of WordSauce. How are you guys doing today?
Really good, man.
You guys
Really
just
doing
had a
good.
gig last night, right?
Correct.
So you're exhausted because you got another gig in a couple
we're
of
feeling
hours.
good. We're feeling all right.
It's rock and roll, baby.
We got a little downtime at the Fiesta Beach. Is that what
No,
that's
Island.
Fiesta Island.
Fiesta Island.
Heck yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming to chill at the Futon with us
Thanks
for
for
right
having us,
now.
man. Stuff.
Fiesta Island. They play over the line there. You guys ever go to the tournaments out there?
No,
It
we've
used to
done-
be nuts.
Yeah, we've never been there until today.
We're not from here.
They were doing like regattas over there.
Enlighten me.
We're from San Luis Obispo. Well, we're all kind of scattered, you know. He's from Oklahoma. He's from Delaware. Kev is from San Diego.
I'm from here.
Kev's
Rock
from
and roll.
San Diego.
Did you go to high school around here?
Yeah.
Nice. Which one?
High Tech High.
Oh, no way, dude. One of the first bands I was in was a pop punk band, and my buddy, our drummer, was. Well, how old are you? Well, fuck it.
Just start talking.
Yeah, no.
Let's
my
get
buddy
some
Lance
let's get some
Dashel.
names first.
Dude,
We've got.
I don't know how old. Okay, yeah, he went there. He was actually one of like the original cats at that school.
Okay.
So, but yeah, is it the one? It's the one in Point Loma though.
Years ahead of me then.
Yeah, for reals. No, I like that. I remember they had like a talent show, and some dude sang. Was it Three Doors Down? Who sang "Falling"? Falling even more in love with. I was just like, this is incredulous.
Dustin Chic.
Do you remember that tune though? I was
Yeah.
like, man,
Falling even more in love with you.
So I presume.
I used to alt rock guy, so
But you guys are all.
that's not Duncan Chic. Who is that?
I don't know.
I said Duncan
it's
Chic,
like-
but it's not him.
It's like live or something. I don't know.
It's not Lifehouse.
Lifehouse.
There we go. One hit wonders.
How did I not know that? Freaking my buddy
Would've never guessed.
Steve. It's
Yeah, it was like-
the trigger don't know.
what's his name?
Throwing copper. Great
My band was out at South by Southwest, and they were doing a showcase there,
cool.
and I was just like, "You guys are still together? What?" It's like that moment in Grinch Stole Christmas where he's
Probably
like,
what people are going to say about us in 19
"You're
years.
still alive?
You're still
I
alive.
think some people are already saying that.
The hell, man?"
That guitar player with the blonde hair has got to be at least 45 by now.
Did you guys all meet in San Diego though?
We all met in San Luis Obispo.
No shit. School?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, Mike, can you work with the mic, Timmy?
Yeah.
You
What do
know,
you want me to do to it? Do you want me
To talk into it
Oh.
instead
Yeah,
of
hey.
off of it.
Well, I'm sorry.
Because it's a directional mic.
Lead singer syndrome.
I know. That's why I thought I could trust you with this.
My bad.
Do you want a
No,
microphone?
I'll
that you have to-
radio it.
You,
I'll
okay.
radio it. I'll talk
Please,
right into it.
please. They're not required to, but you are.
You know, make sure to just cup it with your hand. Really
Yeah, and just stand in front of the monitor.
As
When
much-
you
as
sing
much
very,
as- as much
if you're
as
singing,
fully around
when you're
into the
singing
mic.
really soft notes, get as close to the monitor and cup it. That's the winner right there.
And then
Yeah,
hold
it's
it down here
absolutely-
when you want people to
That's
actually
good
hear you.
It's a
technique.
jam. So you guys are down here 2 shows then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tonight we did Aztec Brew last night, and tonight we're at 710 Beach Club.
Oh no way, man! That was that's a throwback for me. I haven't been down there in ages, but
How is it? How's that
It's
venue?
in,
honestly,
Pacific
man,
Beach,
the
right?
sound there. Surprise, surprise! If you guys get, because the sound man that was there, he looked like he was just like, I'm gonna be here forever. And we played there ages ago, but he makes it sound top notch.
Good.
So,
That's what Scott was saying
Yeah.
last night.
I
Scott
mean,
Clayton.
they're very attentive to the bands. If
That's
you guys
good.
are cool with them, but I mean, that
do have a
also
lot of
goes
bands.
with what the band is, because you gotta have that band etiquette, and don't drummer, raise hand, drummer. Yeah, just don't hit anything when the sound man's setting your mics. Yeah.
Oh, no. I'll keep it cool.
Oh, you got the etiquette down? Okay, nice. Sweet.
Gotcha.
So you guys came to... Wait, I didn't even see the school bus.
We had
I
to
love
park
that.
it a quarter mile
no
down
way
the
the bus
road.
would have made it up here.
Oh,
Yeah, you
jam.
couldn't get it
Oh,
up
no.
that hill.
Is
That's
it like
where-
a full-size school bus or just one of the short
It's
ones?
a short bus, but it has a trailer, so
Dude, you guys are ballsy, man.
it's got
I
a big.
remember-
It's got a big. Yeah, we're towing a trailer too. So
Ooh, one of the first bands that I toured with, we did the school bus thing, and it's like that thing leaks everywhere. When they like resell them, it's all aftermarket
we
stuff.
just
Tell me that thing leaks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Well, we just fixed a fuel leak. So
Okay.
we
got a
started
fuel leak.
this trip $900 in the hole because we had to get a fuel leak repaired and a
New
Oh
starter.
man.
new
I
starter
can impart
oil.
some wisdom on you
Wonderful.
guys for don't get any aftermarket shuttle buses. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Like anything that was used for like airport shuttles. Have you
Yeah.
guys ever taken
Ooh.
a shuttle from an airport? The guy thinks it is a Porsche, and he's just like, I mean,
Wow.
Tearing it up.
no, I mean they just slam on the gas way too much, and that's why you get the fuel leaks and all that stuff. And then
So tell me
literally
about
water leaks.
Tell us about the. I missed a little bit about the bus. So how did you guys come into designing a bus?
Well, we're a big crew, so we needed a vehicle big enough for all of us.
Started with a van.
Started with a van. Started with natural
Multiple
progression.
vehicles before that.
Right.
Natural progression. But I found an auction in Oakland, and I got it for $1,000. And
Oh shit.
we had to do it. We needed something, and we were in a metal band at that point, and we were about to go on a tour. Like me and the two guitar players were in a metal band together.
So that's Shawne and Kevin.
Yeah, we were in a band called Wintersphere, and we were playing a lot of shows, and we were going to do a little tour run, and
Hit
we just
Vegas
needed,
and
we needed a vehicle big enough.
Bakersfield and
So we bought a bus, and it's been awesome, dude. It's been really good for us.
How long ago did you buy it? How long have you
Like
had the bus?
5 years ago now.
No
6
shit.
years ago.
And you've kept it running for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, I mean it was my only vehicle for a while. Now it's Rick's vehicle. He's kind of it's a daily driver, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My tour van.
it's a giant,
I
bill-
totally
giant
respect
billboard.
that.
Advertisement
for a while.
A lot of advertisement
Yeah,
around
it's
town.
just, and we just by doing the site, it's like a billboard going around town all the time.
So how long have you been WordSauce now?
We've been WordSauce. We were WordSauce when we were the metal band at the same time, but
Okay.
7 years.
7 years, yeah.
It's a jam, man.
I think we played our first show in the spring of 2010.
Yeah.
Wow.
The clubhouse days.
Yeah.
The clubhouse days?
Well, the first,
Well, it's like
first
the-
WordSauce show
Yeah,
was
that's
at
like-
Sunny Acres.
Okay, yeah.
wasn't it?
So first show I played, I met Wes at Cuesta College about the end of sometime in the fall semester of 2009.
And you're Rick talk.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. That's Risko, right?
correct. Yeah,
That's he's the mouthpiece of WordSauce. So you're the guy who actually throws all the words
well,
out.
everyone in WordSauce has got a mouthpiece. I'm just the only one who gets a mic at the show, and Sean. But
Sean's backing support.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the time
All the quips.
I met Wes when he was kind of assembling WordSauce. He's meeting him and Billy met through a mutual friend, Tyler, and then from there they just kind of, I don't know exactly where you guys met, Kevin and Sean.
Wes
Me
was
and Bill
my
met
neighbor.
at work, and then I met Wes through Bill, and then I was living in Oregon for work, and they ended up moving across the street from Kevin, who I had already been playing in a band with, and had been talking about Wes too. And
And there's 2 other members that aren't here right now.
Yeah, they're
right?
on the bus
They're
right
watching
now.
the bus.
Oh, badass. That's
Because
Holy shit.
yeah. That's Sam, your sax player.
Sam on the saxophone and Eric DJ.
What is he? Immoral.
It is a big crew.
Immortal.
I was like, that's
Immortal.
5 guys. I
Yeah.
made it around the freaking country in a 16.
Yeah, they need 2 more people.
You got 2
more
more people,
people
and then
to-
maybe a merge person. Yeah, you need a bus, man.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, so-
exactly. So, what's your most recent album? Because I noticed you've got The Flow, which came out in 2015.
The Flow right now is the most recent thing that we've released. We're about to release another single. Last year we were kind of busy. We just built another studio, so we didn't get a whole lot of time to be putting out content, but that's kind of where we're at now. Hopefully have another album out, maybe another EP and then an album out, hopefully by summer's end.
When's the single
my
due?
goal.
Beginning
next
of
few weeks.
May.
Beginning of May?
Beginning of
Beginning of
May. Yeah, because we recorded a single for the Big Surreal Festival in Big Sur.
Oh, nice.
So in our studio, we're gonna have a few we're pairing bands with artists that are playing at the festival, and filming little videos.
Visual artists.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is for the Big Surreal Festival on June 22nd.
Nice.
think
Did you guys do like
the
a corner of the
the
studio
week.
like a cyclorama? Like, is it like that infinity wall that a lot of studios have where
No.
they put that curve?
That's
No,
sick, though.
we didn't do that. That would
Yeah.
be cool.
I've had some time in those things, so it's just
Apparently,
like,
my rock star co-host
Oh,
Timmy
style,
D.
whatever, dude. Freaking,
That's,
you know what I
next
mean.
Studio,
Yeah,
we'll do
studio.
that.
Dude, it does wonders when you just paint it like that, just that
Yeah.
flat matte white, and then just
Right.
like everything's possible once you do that infinity wall, as they call it, in the cyclorama.
Well, let's take a listen to one of your tracks. But before I do that, I want to make sure that this thing is plugged in and working. Timmy, could you plug this in?
Yeah, well,
There's
okay.
a white
You
white
got
extension
it, boss.
cord
Absolutely, boss. I'm on it.
right
boss.
behind you. There's an extension cord dangling
there we
right
go.
there.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah, you can use that extension
All right,
cord.
Justin, sorry about that. We gotta get these monitors working here. You
Yeah.
put a little bit more 2K in the front. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. So
1K.
Yeah. Like throw out like
XB.
actual frequencies that aren't even
Oh, the
you can't even
same
change on the board. You're like, can we get a little bit
I'm
more
excited to hear
44K
Backstreet
on this?
Boys.
Always have
what song
best adolescent.
do you guys want to play off of your first album?
Let's start with Funklore.
Funklore it is by WordSauce.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are 7 acknowledged wonders of the world. You are about to witness the 8th. Hit it.
No question, full direction, don't sweat, don't hold your breath, it's all fresh and it's full-fledged, got you on the edge of your bar stool. Many lanes, but we're cruising in the carpool. Sharp tools, catch beats with a harpoon.
We had a good buddy of ours who actually recorded the album at their studio. Speak Studios is before we had our recording studio finished. Is the guy that's playing on the track. That was one of the tracks. We had a lot of guests on the album.
Keep the night moving if the people are willing. No lid on the evening, I feel it's the season. You may not like hip-hop and you may not like rock and roll, but you can't tell me a thing about that music from the soul. I mix it with some funk that makes you wanna lose control. I do my thing how I feel and that's the only way I know.
Now I don't know how you don't like Pete Rock, and I don't know how you don't love the
A
song.
lot of the features on this album, at least a couple of them, came pretty spontaneously. We basically recorded the whole album in two block weekends. We had blocked off the whole weekend, so we spent a lot of that Saturday setting up and getting sounds right. Then we get through a few songs, and then we come back the next morning and just rock it out. But this one we just had Vince just happened to be there. It was his studio, so it wasn't that big of a coincidence. But because he was an engineer in it, Eric and I were engineering it, but he was just hanging around and said, "Hey, we were listening back to takes, and we were like loving how it was sounding, and we're just like, Vince had a Fender Rhodes and a Clav sitting right there in the room. We're like, hey Vince, let's plug that in. You want to play some Rhodes and Clav over this thing? He's like, all right. So he just
Waste all energy's live, so I better embrace. To keep it part of my living, I do whatever it takes. And when I get up, I may never sit back down. I've been dreaming for too long, gotta live that now. And this that sound, brewing at the center of a movement. Move with it now, who wouldn't act a fool with it? Cool, new rhythm, I'm loose. My crew times 2, you might lose that roof.
And June's on this song.
And our buddy June from Pomona is on the second verse of the song as well. So it's a good double feature. Two dudes that don't know each other on the same song. WordSauce being the common denominator, I guess. But that's kind of the cool thing about a lot of our friends and people that we got on this album. They would have never known each other had it not been, through us or whatever. But it's cool. It's kind of a cool product.
That's the only way I know. You may not like hip-hop and you may not like rock and roll, but you can't tell me a thing about that music from the soul. I mix it with some funk that makes you wanna lose control. I do my thing how I feel and that's the only way I know.
I like it. I like it. It's interesting because it's like there's a lot of jazz feeling still in that song, even with the modern hip hop feel and the way you flow and everything. So, how did you guys decide on kind of throwing in the sax and everything when you went from heavy metal into kind of a little bit more of a hip hop feel? Where'd the sax come from?
I mean, Sam is just our guy that was going to the school. We were walking around, and I found a trombone player. We wanted horns. But we didn't even know exactly what we wanted. I found a trombone player. I was like, hey, we want horns in our band. And he's like, okay, I had a saxophone guy that I could bring with me.
He was doing a lot of recruiting.
Yeah, and he showed up, and the trombone player didn't work out, but we got a really good saxophone player.
That's right, man.
Yeah. And, he just showed up and then just stuck around.
Yeah.
And your DJ backing all this is unfortunately not here. Immortal, how did he come into
He
the
was...
He honestly hung around for a while, was coming to a lot of the shows, and was just another mutual friend, and played guitar and stuff too. And I think he just came to all of our shows and was always hanging out. And then
do you just never fire anybody and you just let everybody hang around?
Well,
whoever wants to stick around. Yeah.
I mean, our core 7 has been there since we really started getting going, and it's just worked, for us. That everyone's always gotten along. There's always been the formula kind of created itself.
This crew for basically 7 years now. So I mean,
that's a blessing,
definitely.
And microphone to me.
Some longevity.
That's a blessing, man.
Thank you. Now I really know what you meant.
I totally busted his train of thought too. He's like,
yeah,
he's right. I saw him like that, and then he was like, oh fuck, what was that?
Sorry.
I never freeze under pressure.
No,
attaboy.
I can see that.
Some.
I can see that. You're good. You're good like that. Mr. Kevin.
Yeah.
I heard you got your start as a classic pianist. I'm sorry, pianist. I got to clarify that. Pianist.
Yeah,
first time.
Yeah, that's correct.
He's got the classic pianist, dude.
Kid.
And you were soloist in church choir?
Sorry.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry,
the
God.
choir thing.
Before joining up with Shawne and Wes in a death metal band.
Yeah.
What's that transition like from going
That's
from
like
church
Tom
to death
Morello
metal?
and Rage Against the Machine, though, dude. What a beautiful journey.
He was into metal way before he met me or Wes.
Yeah, metal since I was a teenager, but
yeah.
I mean, as a musician, a
audio.
lot of the appeals is, the technicality, and it's all fast and precise, and, coming from a classical, you kind of get into that easier, but I don't know, it's just loud and awesome.
Just something kind of oppositional, something fun to do.
I just heard Metallica on the radio one day, and I was like,
his
whoa,
parents didn't like it.
Of course
they hated it, so, that made it way better.
Of course.
I was like, I think I'm kind of into this, and like, oh, my dad hates this? Okay,
I'm
cool.
really
Yeah,
into
now
it.
I'm really into it.
So how did you, Shawne, and Wes all end up meeting, the three of you guys, when you started that death metal band?
Well, basically, I moved up to SLO because I was going to Cal Poly, and I met a guy named Robert there who was a drummer, and then he'd actually jammed with Shawne before. There was another guy who also went to school. He'd been trying to form a band, and at kind of different times he'd all, jammed with us. So once I finally convinced Robert, like, hey, let's start jamming and like making music, he was like, oh, I know another guitar player who's into metal too. That was Shawne. And then Wes I met because he moved across the street from me, actually, I think.
With Bill, me and Bill.
Yeah, him and Bill, so they were my neighbors.
And Bill's the drummer. That's the guy kind of hovering behind you two.
But I had met Bill. I had met Bill independently of Kevin or Robert. Like, we met through work. He started working at my job, and like I literally, was showing him around his first day, and it's like, hey, oh, you play music? Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he'd come to jam metal with me and this other guy, and then he'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go, hang out with my other friends, and we just play like chiller music, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, that's lame, like, bye, And then
That's typical metalhead.
yeah,
That's exactly what
That's a teenage metal.
Go be not metal.
Yeah.
And then eventually he ends up moving to Oregon for a few months to take a job up there, and then that's when Wes and Billy move across the street. Like, I met Wes,
unbeknownst to me.
we were just having a party at my house, and we ran out of beer, and then there's this guy with tattoos and a backpack full of beers, so I'm like, okay, we can be friends, and like,
Isn't that how it works?
yeah. So and then we kind of just started hanging out, and then it was pretty much like, hey, I'm trying to start a metal band, and we can't find a bass player. He plays bass, and he's like, well, I'm trying to start this like hip hop funky band, and we need a guitar player. So we kind of joined each other's band, and then I called Shawne. I'm like, I finally found us a bass player, And like I'm describing him, and Sean's like, "Wait, is his name Wes?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. How did you know that?" So kind
you don't have to get that far in the description to figure out you're talking about the same guy.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it was just like crazy coincidence. Like,
and now you guys are all in a band together, and you've been together for 7 years, and you've got the one full Eggs album out.
Yep.
And
2 other EPs.
2 other EPs. Tell me about those EPs. When did they come out? When did they come to fruition?
First EP was recorded at Cuesta because a handful of us were going to Cuesta, and there was a recording arts program. And
it's actually where like me, like Rick, Wes, Bill, and Eric, the DJ, were all in that recording program together.
Okay,
and that's kind of like how we first met Rick and stuff like that.
And so one of the like for the final project, like people can record a full band project, and we just went in, got super prepared. And just live take, like
our buddy Connor did.
Yeah.
It was for our buddy Connor
Clay's. Like
Clay's.
15 tracks in 4 hours or something like that.
Wow,
it was a lot of fun.
It's a very Rage Against the Machine thing. Their first record, they brought in a live audience.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rage Against the Machine. If you know, I mean, if you guys know, I'm a Rage Against the Machine fan.
Yeah.
But I mean, they brought a live audience.
Fucking rock stars. I got to train him how to be a jock.
It was so nuts, though. Like, when you study that, I mean, I'm just like, I like to hear the band stories because it's so relatable to so many other bands in certain instances. And, like, I mean, if you like Rage Against the Machine.
I love Rage Against the Machine, obviously. Yeah.
The
We're listening to some news.
And I mean, but you totally remind me of Tom Morello in that way, where it's like, it just catches you off guard. Like, you think it's going to be like, oh, this kid likes Blink-182, and he's just like, fuck that, dude.
Fucking death metal, hardcore guy.
Yeah, let's play Raining Blood. Let's go. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, and it's on. But I mean, that's awesome. And that's what makes for good music. You get that collaboration in there, especially when you're first starting out and you don't really have a direction. Somebody's got to drive the ship. And that was my question: is who does drive the ship? Who's the captain that's just like, yo, like this is
let me take a
guess
at that.
Long.
Let me take a guess at that because I've heard a lot of stuff from Spicy Kim, who brought you guys to me, which I'm very grateful for her for introducing us so that we can do this.
I think it's Bill.
I actually think it's Wesley most of the time. However, Rico, you seem like you're the lead only at certain times, like at the event. Like at the venue, you might take charge, but Wes sets everything up.
Well, I think in terms of, there's, like you said, it's kind of different. There's different facets to it, and I think everyone definitely possesses some form of leadership, and I think that's why we've been able to stay together for 7 years. But Wes is super gung-ho about promotional stuff, getting us...
Idea man.
Getting us...
There's no threshold, but the ideas
getting us out of town.
Usually pretty genius.
No, dude, that's the captain then, man.
He will shoot for the stars.
We both kind of do...
Hey, man, aim for the stars. You'll always hit the sky.
I mean, it's a really talented crew. Everybody's good at different shit.
It's one of the good things about having a big crew is that everyone has different things that they bring to the table, not only musically when it comes to the songs and stuff like that, but just in general with things that we need to get done for the better of the band, for the better of the studio. Everyone.
Speaking of that, since you two both are guitarists, Shawne and Kevin are both guitarists. What do you guys trade off leads, or are you both rhythm lead? Do you trade off? Because it sounds like kind of you got two battling guitars on some of your tracks.
Yeah, I mean, different tracks like it's not just like a set thing where he's rhythm and I'm lead or the other way around. It's kind of just, what does the track need? Like some tracks, play a little melody. Some of them they're chords. Sometimes we're playing together.
Also, depending on who brings, I may come with like a riff idea and it's like I'm jamming this riff and now he just writes this sweet lead over it, or vice versa. He may come with a riff and, I write a little melody over the top. As far as like that rhythm and like melodies, it's really close, just depending on the song, but as far as like actual like leads, solos, he does a lot more of the like actual solos. I play a lot of melody leads and a little bit of soloing here and there,
the background extras,
and even like I said, just melody stuff going on, but in terms of like solo go, he's a shredder, he just kills it, and plus we have Sam, the sax player, who also shreds. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I don't need to do that, you know. And
Yeah, well, we heard that definitely on the last
Yeah.
track.
So it's like,
yeah.
It's,
Speaking
but
of
again,
guitars
it's all
and
just,
electric, let's check out WordSauce Electricity, also off of the album The Flow.
There comes a time when lines need to be drawn. I go from margin to margin before I breathe on the song. Reaching beyond the speaker's range, keep the brain wide awake. Plane flying straight, preparing for the pain it might take to put the things aside between the current state and being great. Put the pieces into place so we can carry greater weight. Decide the time is now and don't consider being late. Seems that half the human race never makes it out the gate. But the arrival of a tidal sound wave is knocking indoors. Better off to ride it than hide and end up washed up on the shore. Stuck to the format, saw the storm pass. Now the path is a constant climb. The forecast is the tour cash will go to pouring more gas. But the flame is burning stronger than before. That's the sure fact. Move until we reach the further shore and back. Core intact. Torching tracks, making sure you never board a rap. Soaring past the toughest stretches, no foreign task. When I reach the line, I'm stepping over cause I need to climb. Running through my veins, electricity shooting up my spine.
This sax and guitar link that you guys are doing, is that planned? Like how many
I wrote that riff, and then Sam's really good at picking out things. You know, he's got a really good ear. He's been playing for, you know, easily over half his life and stuff. And so when I presented like that riff and stuff, he just picked up on it and started doubling it.
Wow.
And we do that a lot of times where in a lot of songs where Kevin may say be playing like a rhythm behind me and Sam then will like double the melody line or vice versa in some songs.
Leave behind. Along the road of life, gear switch when fear hits. There's a point where foggy skies are as crystal as clear gets. You can steer into the shoulder and wait till the storm is past, or stare it right in the eye, buckle down and hit the gas. Either way we come and go, and what we know is in between. You can fight a lonely battle or go to war with a team. Exploring the dream more than just supporting a hobby. It's having the mentality that nobody can stop. And I'm caught in a tornado, but I got 2 feet on the ground. And you couldn't drop me by clocking me with a rock, no knocking me down. Laying down foundations for ages, translating vibrations to paper. Inscribe the minute it hit, no longer waiting for later. As the minutes pass, I count my blessings and begin the task. And I may not be the first to start, but I'll never finish last. Ignite the flame, electricity in the room. If the current path is open, then there's voltage running through. Come on, when I reach the line, I'm stepping over, cause I need to climb. Running through my veins, electricity shooting up my spine. Gotta do today, cause otherwise I feel I'm losing time. Every step of the way I'm looking towards what I will leave behind. When I reach the line, I'm stepping over, cause I need to climb. Running through my veins, electricity shooting up my spine. Gotta do today, cause otherwise I feel I'm losing time. Every step of the way I'm looking towards what I will leave behind. When I reach the line, I'm stepping over, cause I need to climb. Need to climb. Running through my veins, electricity shooting up my spine. Up my spine. Gotta do today, cause otherwise I feel I'm losing time. Losing time. Every step of the way I'm looking towards what I will leave behind.
Emortal on the cover right there. Listen to that. Well, we're here for the music.
Well, no, absolutely. I mean, it involves like pieces of like everything. I hate to say it because like Limp Bizkit, but like DJ Lethal is a. I mean,
I was a big Limp Bizkit fan in high school.
As much as I hate to say it,
$3 bill, y'all. Like I listened to that album a lot.
Chocolate starfish and hot dog flavored water.
Yeah. Lethal can hear things and almost make notes out of the records, you know, and you're just like,
I never realized the correlation till later in life. It's like, oh,
that's a fun thing to do.
I guess that makes sense. I definitely like that. I mean, I was a big like first album like Hybrid Theory, Linkin Park fan too.
Yeah,
6 songs with the DJ.
Here we go again. On the Dusty Futon. This always happens.
Get this problem with like the bigger band. It's like, okay, you guys have
conversation going on over here.
Conversation.
It gives it a nice.
You can just edit
natural.
I'm proud because I can't edit it out.
How many times have you seen Limp Bizkit? I've only seen them once, but it was an amazing show. I saw them at the House of Blues on Sunset, and I was blown away.
Late
like,
90s or something, early 2000s.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's all.
That's my best friend, Dirks, man. Sorry, Fred. Sorry, buddy.
Well, that's neither here nor there. This isn't about limp. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
let's ignore that.
Let's get back on
I'm
subject.
going to edit
here.
that out. So, Wes, you said you started a punk rock band when you were 18.
Yeah.
Is that that was up in the San Luis Obispo area?
No, it was in San Jose, California.
San Jose?
Yeah.
Wow, that's far north. So how'd you come all the way down to the Southern Cal part?
Well, yeah, we played shows around Cali. Like, we did little mini tours and stuff, and it was just the best area I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah,
it's super chill. Where
it
we
is,
live.
isn't it?
It's the
Southern
best.
Cal, yeah.
And especially after living in the Bay Area, which is so many people, so much shit going on all the time. And I'm from kind of a smaller town, so I get all the shit I like about California, minus all the shit I hate about California and the Central Coast. So that's why I'm there. It's like it's paradise, man. That's first
Happiest
time I went
place
there.
on earth.
I wanted to live there the rest of my life.
Southern Cal is the place to be for sure, man. And you guys have been touring regularly.
Like we do a lot of mini tours. It's like because we all have to have jobs, unfortunately, and we have to be real adults sometimes. And we have a recording studio.
We don't allow that on the Dusty Futon.
Yeah.
No adulting here.
So we
this weekend we're not.
We'll do little mini tours, and that's why the bus and trailer is so helpful too. And like because we're so centrally located, it's like we can go to the Bay Area in like 6 hours. We can go down south. We can go. Yeah, we can work during the day where we live, and then be in San Francisco that night.
Yeah.
So it's pretty. We're really, really like perfectly located.
So you said
California.
Privilege, man.
Yeah.
That is a privilege.
There you go.
Man.
Jesus.
Sorry, hey, you know what? Sorry. My bad. Continue. So amateur right now, man.
I know, dude. Seriously, you've been doing this for
man.
how long?
Come on. Okay, continue.
Put it in your hand.
That's
that
so
way you
true,
know what
man.
to do with
a
it.
A lot of bands from Hey. No, but like bands from San Diego, if they want to get out anywhere, LA, especially with the traffic, you guys know this, you got to fight 5 hours of traffic. It's only 2 hours away if you drive it at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
as soon as you get past Camarillo and you get into Calabasas, forget it.
No.
You can't go any farther south.
It's rough.
So you guys got something coming up in June. I heard you mention a date, June 22nd.
We got a couple. We got a lot. Of
May
going
and
on.
June.
Okay.
It's gonna be exciting for us.
Well, let's spell it out, man. That's what this is for. It's all about you.
Well, in terms of shows between now and then, we have.
How was that show at the 710 Beach Club?
It was great.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome, man. Those guys at
Rad.
710 put on a great show.
Yeah. Awesome.
But no, we got
Got a
April
blowy.
22nd in Morro Bay.
Now it's not going to get edited out because it's funnier with that part in it. So
Yeah, a place.
you guys make my job hell, really. Go on, sorry.
There's a place called the Siren in Morro Bay. It's a newly renovated. It's a venue that had been there for a while, but they spent all last year renovating it and just reopened, and it's a cool spot. So that's April 22nd, and then in May we are opening for Jurassic 5 at the Majestic Ventura Theater and also at the Fremont Theater in San Luis Obispo. So we're pretty stoked about being on 2 dates on there. It's on the Road to Cali Roots tour.
Nice.
So it's
Definitely good opportunity.
very
Definitely good
stoked on that.
opportunity. For
Well,
us.
I'm glad I got you guys on here
Theater's
now.
awesome, man. Yeah, absolutely.
And my little shitty podcast is I'll be able to say
Two out of three, shows in a row opening for them is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then we're doing Live Oaks Music Festival in that's off 154 by Lake Kachuma. And that's gonna be rad. That's
you guys just
we got the Santa Cruz weekend.
That's for the
Santa Cruz weekend.
That's between Santa Barbara and San Luis
playing like
Obispo.
a private for the cider release. The guy is actually up in Santa Cruz, Crazy Farm Cider.
Crazy Farm
We're
Ciders.
playing we played his birthday party
lives
last
on
year.
top
And we're
of a
playing.
mountain.
Yeah, it was literally
Organic.
on top of a
Well,
mountain.
my listeners can't go to that, obviously,
Yeah.
then, right?
Or they
Okay, so
can.
then I don't give
Let's
a
make
shit
a
about it
pilgrimage.
unless I'm going.
Party bus. It's awesome.
We're also going to be playing.
This is your
live
opportunity.
on the radio again that weekend as well, which we did last year on
Nice.
K-Pig, and actually this guy is a newly hired DJ on
rock and
K-Pig.
roll.
Oh, nice.
Has his own.
You have your own show?
Is it
Yeah.
syndicated?
What time's your show on?
It's going to be Saturdays from 10 to noon on K-Pig in San Luis Obispo. And it's
You're going to have to bring me on one time because
Yeah,
I've
dude.
got radio experience, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's going to be. I don't have radio experience, but they decided they should give me a show.
He's got a face for it.
But we have a recording studio in San Luis Obispo, and they
Sauce Pot.
came to our studio to source music for their live show, and decided that it would be better just to hire me and let me do it. So it's kind of
Been
a whirlwind thing that's been happening. But yeah, it's starting in May. Every 10 to noon, Sauce on the Pig. On K-Pig, 94.9.
Sauce on the Pig.
Sauce on the Pig.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so what about, let's talk, you guys get any social media website? Lay it all out there. We want to know where we can find you.
I mean, the kind of the hub for all the different outlets is our website, wordsauce.com, but you can search us on Facebook. Just search WordSauce. We're on Spotify, iTunes, and we are on
we're on Instagram.
Are you on Bandcamp? I love Bandcamp.
Yeah, we're on Bandcamp as well. Yeah.
MySpace.
Friendster. Dude, that's cool.
What's
the Instagram? At WordSauce Collective?
Yeah, at WordSauce Collective.
Cool. I'm creating a new social media platform. It's like a combo between MySpace and Facebook.
Don't do that.
It's called MyFace. You want to get on it?
God.
That's my joke for the day. Anyway.
It's more like a pickup
okay, so you
line.
got a single coming out soon, hopefully, and you're looking to drop an EP or a full album, but both by the end of the year.
Yeah, we'll probably, hopefully, this sounds ambitious, but we have at least an EP by the beginning of summer, and album by end of summer. I don't know. We'll kind of wing it.
That's
goals.
ambitious, but I like it.
Good.
Yeah, we got a lot of material
I
already
actually got
written.
a random question. It's not really random, but do you guys find that it's as you guys progress as a band, you have 2 EPs out and an album? So you got all this material. You got 3 kind of records of all this material. You have all this new material, but you're playing these shows now to get all this material out. So the songs that you're almost like refining tunes. So it's even, I mean, does it seem, you said it's ambitious, but I mean, at the same time, do you find it almost harder to force yourself to really produce a full record when you have so much material and you want to get that out too? I mean,
that kind of...
We have no problem with new content. It's actually the opposite. We have so many new things going on that we have to focus on.
But that's what I mean.
Finishing songs.
That it becomes a problem with content because you have so many things now because you have success.
We'll switch gears sometimes. It's like we'll be like, okay, we got a lot of shows. We got a lot of shows. Let's just run through the set. And worry about it. But it's like, okay, we have 2 months no shows. So let's just jam as much as we can and like write and just perfect stuff and just get it figured out.
Big thing we've done this year too is really try to get 2 rehearsals a week as opposed to just the one once a week, because that gives you the more opportunity to be like, for at least, even if we have a show that week, at least 30 minutes of one of those jams we're gonna be able to just work to run through. Like,
and then you got to siphon it down though. When you got a big crew though, I mean, getting everybody together, because eventually it's all got to become that.
And there's definitely, I mean, the first part of this year, every rehearsal was pretty much dedicated to just jamming newer ideas.
That's rad.
I set up some recording every practice. We're practicing the live room of our recording studio now, which is nice. So I'll throw 6 mics on the drums and 1 mic on each guitar, or I'll boil it down.
Using lingo,
that's
bro.
That's me scaling.
That's an understatement.
That's me scaling down.
Walking into practice and there's 14 mics on the drum kit.
You're like, what's going on here, man?
But no,
what's happening?
It helps with
Whoa, who's killing my microphones?
It's the guitar player.
I'm trying to take a picture and somebody's breaking shit.
He was just bragging about how he mics up drum sets.
You were trying to bring a Limp Bizkit reference, right? Break shit?
No, I'm saying it's really helped our songwriting process to just record references of the rehearsals, because somebody might just do something that they were trying an idea and they might like abandon that, and 2 practices later you're like, hey, what were you doing that one day? Like, I like that better. And I don't know. I'll be like, well, let me show you, because I recorded it. You know what I mean? And
no, that's
that kind of stuff. And
I mean, it's why
sometimes that's how you get your best material, is just by accident.
Yeah,
you build off of that,
exactly.
And having everybody together, you guys can
a live
make
show. Like having if you do like a breakdown and it's something you don't normally do, but all of a sudden you incorporate it into some of the new material, and you're just like, oh shit, dude, maybe we should put that in there. Yeah, that's freaking rad. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that gets me juiced. It's like taking that material and beating it into shape on the road.
Right. Well, we do that. We get our songs to a point where it's like, all right, let's throw that in the set this week and see how it goes.
That's awesome.
And that's when it really kind of starts to.
That's
for
how
me.
I've
even written lyrics like that before.
No, that's rad. When you're just live and you spitting something.
Yeah, when it's live, it's a great beat and I have a general idea, like, or I'm okay freestyling some verses. A lot of times I've written a number of melodies for choruses and whatnot, just live. We do it live, and something will come into my head real quick, and it works. and because you're on the spot, you know, I mean, you got to say something, you know. Sometimes they'll back out and just let it be instrumental, but a lot of times it works out, you know. So
how long have you been in, quote unquote, I'm as white can be? How long have you been in the rap game?
I started writing rhymes and recording myself. It's been almost 10 years now, or about 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. 10 years.
So you guys, you all got caught up around the same time, and you were already kind of into that hip hop phase, and you just threw it on top, or?
Yeah, well, I started rapping and recording myself, I guess, you know, 2 years before I even met Wes, 3 years before we really started playing. I started playing with WordSauce. So I just...
Was WordSauce intended to have that kind of rap feel? That
I think they had
flow?
tried out one or two other rappers before I met them.
We all love hip hop, and so it was definitely intended. But we didn't know exactly what we wanted. It's more about finding good people than good style, you know,
and then letting their flavor come out.
Well, for me, meeting Wes and hearing the idea, or just hearing him say, "Oh, I have a hip hop band. We need a rapper." Because I mean, I had only been rapping for a couple of years, and I remember seeing a performance. I think it was Snoop Dogg on like some live coverage of him playing the House of Blues, but with the full band, and just the dynamic, just the keyboardist and the horns and just the whole feel. It was just super clean, funky mix too, and just to hear that, and then to hear, you know, the rap dynamic over that was very, very. It was just cool, and something that I was like, oh, I aspired to. I was like, you know, maybe one day, like, I'll be a good enough rapper where actual musicians want to
join on with you.
Not to discredit the art of rhyme, but I was pretty green to the whole music thing at that point. So I was like, well, maybe one day some musicians would take me seriously enough to want to play in a band. So this kind of it happened, I think, earlier than I was ready for it. So I kind of sat on the idea for like 6 months, honestly, and I was it kind of sparked a new writing wave for me, which was cool, because I think I had reached a point of stagnancy in that regard to music, of just like, all right, well, where am I taking this? What am I going to be able to do? Because San Luis Obispo there's not a hip hop club there. You know, there's not a lot of hip hop coming through there outside of like some of the shows that they would bring through Slow Brew, but there wasn't much of a hip hop scene, and just, you know, there was some things going on, and there were some other people that I worked with, but I kind of reached a point where WordSauce, playing with WordSauce, joining the live band dynamic was major, and I saw longevity in that, and so I kind of sat on that. We developed somewhat of a formula of how we were even gonna approach it, and for me that was like take beats that I like of producers that I really like, Dilla, Pete Rock, DJ Quick, things like that. Ideas that I can get some songs down to, or write some choruses and verses, present that beat to the band, and then let them kind of reinterpret that and just recreate it live. So that's kind of how we started. Yeah. That's how we threw our first set together. I think we had an opportunity. One of my buddies from a rap group, Cause Effects, they had put me on a couple of their shows.
She's dreaming.
Keep going, brother.
Sorry, Roxy's all like
so comfy next to your feet.
Yeah, I'll wrap this thought up real quick. Basically, I had an opportunity. I was going to do a solo show, and we were kind of got to the point where we were ready to. We've been trying to schedule a jam where I could come and just kind of
work it
out.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, there's a show. You know, you guys want to play a show next week? And they're like, let's do it. So we got in. I think we had like 3 to 6 hours of total practice time, like period. Yeah. And then we played a 2-hour set or something. I don't know. We played a decent set, and it was cool. From there, we're just like, yeah, this kind of works, man. So we really started to just kind of hammer out the details of how we were gonna.
Well, that's freaking awesome.
Write songs and stuff.
Again, I want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day. I know you're relaxing this weekend, and you got a few things going on, but I mean, joining me on the futon, I'm humbled that you guys took the time out. So thank you again.
Thanks for having
us. For sure,
yeah,
dude.
This is WordSauce, and it's Risko, Billy G, Kevin, Shawne, Wesley, and then Sam and Emortal are not here. Make sure and go to
the bus. Huh? They're watching the bus.
They're watching the bus. They're checking the gear out. So make sure and check out our website, www.thedustyfuton.com, where you can see pictures and all sorts of cool stuff that happened, as well as maybe some extra audio. Who knows?
For sure.
You can also buy Dusty Futon gear and check out every week iTunes and all that other jazz. So,
hey, cheers to your guys' success,
Cheers,
man.
fellas.
Keep climbing the ladder.
We're gonna go out with the last song that you guys gave me, which is "Don't Fight the Funk," and I have a feeling I'm gonna want to crank this one up. So, thank you guys again. And this is "Don't Fight the Funk" off of the Flow from WordSauce.
Anytime, yeah. Set it off. Anytime, any day. Set it off. Anytime, any day. If it's right, don't fight the feeling. Anytime, any day. If it's right, don't fight the ride. Anytime, any day. If it's right, don't fight the feeling. Anytime, any day. If it's right, don't fight the ride. Keep it shaking, drop rhymes in a blender. Marinate the rhythm so the texture is tender. I'll end with this token of intention to kick it like you never heard it before. Let me stretch for a minute. Well rested, the funk goes uncontested. Let's test it. Fellas go and drop the freshness. Well invested in the long stretch. Anytime, any day, got the feeling on deck. Correct. If it's right, don't fight the ride. Feeling like a cold pint on a Friday night. No telling when it'll hit you. You gotta kick it, it's right. If you get in the picture, then let them know you're alive. Right on, it's right now that we're taking a minute to set it off. So it's proper from beginning to finish. We're on the brink of a breakthrough. Making some moves, take two, keep it shaking, never late for the groove. Set it off, set it off. The opportunism, spicing the tune and flying to a new prism. Brighten the moon at this rate, the night might see noon. Once again, reignite these views. Ain't the time to snooze with breakfast on the table. Staying on the move till my legs ain't able. Maintain flex in the frame of mind. Rain and shine day and night. Universe may say it's time. If it's right, don't fight the ride. Feeling like a cold pint on a Friday night. No telling when it'll hit you. You gotta kick it, it's stride. And if you get in the picture, then let them know you're alive. Right on, it's right now that we're taking a minute to set it off. So it's proper from beginning to finish. We're on the brink of a breakthrough. Making some moves, take two, keep it shaking, never late for the groove. Motherfucker, don't fight the bunker. Motherfucker, don't fight the bunker. Motherfucker, don't fight the bunker. Motherfucker, don't fight the bunker.
Which one of you guys is from Oklahoma? You said Oklahoma? What part?
Broken Arrow.
Dude. Sorry. I have a memory in Broken Arrow at that Walmart. I think it's shut down now. But the Walmart in Broken Arrow, on the first tour, my old pop punk band, it was like 15 years ago, our guitarist got arrested for stealing a DVD out of that Walmart.
Nice.
Oh my God.
All right?
Oh, no.
Now I want you guys throw out your best guess of what it might have been.
Why would I steal a DVD?
15 years ago.
15 years ago. Just go ahead and throw an idea. What movie it is?
A movie?
Yeah, what movie that was?
That was on DVD.
He stole a DVD.
Castaway.
That's a good guess. I was like, okay, rock band on tour. They want DVDs.
Never
Your
been
guitarist
kissed.
is a klepto. Go.
School of Rock.
Okay, these are good guesses.
Breakfast Club.
That's actually a great guess. The fucking Secret Window with Johnny Depp.
What? You've got to be kidding me.
He just really been waiting to see it, and he just saw a golden opportunity.